In the rugged wilderness of Alaska, a man named Richard Louis Proenneke embarked on a journey of a lifetime. Meet Richard Louis Proenneke, a name that rings out in the annals of survival history. Not your typical adventurer, Richard was a self-educated naturalist, a man who held a profound love for the unspoiled wilderness and a craftsman with the heart of a poet. This remarkable man, born in the heartland of Iowa in 1916, found his calling in the remote, icy expanses of Alaska. In the year 1968, Richard made a decision that would forever etch his name into the chronicles of survival. He decided to leave behind the comforts of modern civilization, the predictability of suburban life, and venture into the wild unknown. He dreamt of a life unencumbered by the noise of the city, a life where he could be one with nature, living by the rhythms of the wild. His preparations were meticulous, as they had to be. Every item he chose to bring along, every tool, every piece of clothing was carefully considered. He knew that survival in the Alaskan wilderness would be a game of inches, where the margin for error was razor thin. He studied the environment, the wildlife, and the weather patterns. He was as ready as one could be. There was an undeniable excitement in Richard's heart as he stepped into his new life. The allure of untouched snow, the promise of crisp, clean air, and the thrill of living on his own terms was irresistible. He was not simply surviving, he was living, truly and fully. He was about to become a part of something larger than himself, a part of the grand tapestry of life in its rawest form. Little did he know, this adventure would turn into a gripping tale of survival. As the first snow fell, the harsh reality of the Alaskan wilderness began to unveil itself. Richard Proenneke found himself in a world far removed from the comforts of civilization, where survival was not a game, but a necessity. In the biting chill of the Alaskan winter, the mercury dropped to levels that would freeze the marrow in your bones. The freezing temperatures were not just a discomfort, they were a formidable adversary. Water sources froze solid, the earth became an icy wasteland, and every gust of wind threatened to steal away the precious heat that life clung to. Food, the most basic of human needs, was a luxury that Proenneke could not afford to take for granted. The land, blanketed in snow, offered little sustenance. Hunting was an option, but it was a game of patience and precision, where the cost of failure was an empty belly. Fishing, another source of food, was also a challenge as the rivers and lakes turned into icy barriers. And then there was the isolation. Imagine a world where the only voice you hear is your own, where the only companionship you have is with your thoughts. Proenneke was alone, truly alone. There were no neighbors to call on, no friends to share a laugh with, no family to provide comfort. Each day was a battle, a struggle to stay alive. But Proenneke was not one to back down. He faced these challenges head-on, armed with his wits and indomitable spirit. He adapted, learning to respect the merciless Alaskan winter, to hunt and fish efficiently, and to find solace in his solitude. He found a rhythm in the chaos, a sense of purpose in his struggle. Each day brought new challenges, but also new victories. With each passing day, Proenneke was not just surviving, he was thriving. But the true test of survival was yet to come. With the arrival of spring, Proenneke was faced with a new set of challenges. The once frozen wilderness was now thawing, revealing a whole new level of survival dynamics. The beauty of the landscape was not without its perils. The awakening of the wildlife was a constant reminder of his vulnerability in this vast expanse of nature. Richard Proenneke had to navigate the fine line between being an observer and becoming a prey. His encounters with the wildlife ranged from awe-inspiring sightings of majestic creatures to heart-stopping confrontations with predators. The grizzly bear, in particular, posed a significant threat. However, Proenneke, with his quick thinking and keen observation, managed to avoid any major confrontations, relying on his understanding of animal behavior to keep a respectful distance. Maintaining his cabin was another challenge that spring brought. The melting snow and spring showers tested the durability of his hand-built shelter. Proenneke had to constantly check for any leaks or weak spots, reinforcing and repairing where necessary. His cabin was not just a shelter, but a testament to his resilience and resourcefulness. In the face of adversity, Proenneke's spirit remained unbroken. His deep respect for nature, combined with his innate resourcefulness, became his strongest allies. He utilized every bit of his knowledge and experience to turn the odds in his favor. From crafting tools out of found objects to utilizing the natural resources around him for sustenance, Proenneke's survival was a testament to human resilience and adaptability. His battle against nature was not about conquering, but about coexisting. It was about learning to adapt, to respect the environment, and to understand that survival is not just about strength, but also about wisdom and humility. Proenneke's story is a reminder that survival is not a battle against nature, but a dance with it. A dance that requires patience, understanding, and a deep respect for the rhythm of life. Each day was a new battle, but Proenneke stood undeterred. As the years passed, Proenneke became one with the wilderness. The essence of true survival is adaptability, and Richard Proenneke was its embodiment. His transformation wasn't immediate, nor was it easy, but it was steady and profound. In the beginning, Proenneke was like a foreigner in a strange land, out of sync with the rhythms of the Alaskan wilderness. But slowly, with each passing season, he began to understand the language of the land. The rustling leaves, the changing winds, the tracks in the snow, all became familiar scripts in nature's grand narrative. He learned the art of self-sufficiency, a skill that was both a necessity and a virtue. He built his home with his own hands, using the resources that the wilderness generously provided. He crafted his tools, mended his clothes, and cooked his meals, each task a testament to his resilience and ingenuity. Hunting and fishing became essential parts of his life, not just for sustenance, but also as a means of connecting with nature. He learned the habits of the animals, their feeding patterns, and their migration paths. Each successful hunt and every fruitful fishing trip was a reminder of his place in the natural order. Adaptation was not just about surviving, but also about respecting the wilderness and all its inhabitants. Proenneke learned to live in harmony with nature, to take only what he needed, and to give back in his own ways. He became a guardian of the wilderness, its silent protector and humble admirer. The Alaskan wilderness, once a formidable adversary, had now become Proenneke's home. He was not just living off the land, he was living with it. He became a part of the environment, his presence as natural as the trees that surrounded his cabin or the animals that roamed the land. In the true spirit of survival, Richard Proenneke did more than just endure his circumstances. He embraced them, learned from them, and ultimately thrived in them. His story is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit and the transformative power of nature. Proenneke was no longer just surviving, he was thriving. Proenneke's story is not just about survival, but also about resilience and the human spirit. His tale is one that echoes through the decades, a testament to the power of determination and adaptability. Richard Louis Proenneke, a man once lost in the Alaskan wilderness in the late 1960s, didn't merely survive, he thrived. He spent a staggering 30 years in the heart of nature, far from the conveniences and comforts of modern civilization. His journey was not an easy one, marked by harsh winters, scarce food, and the constant threat of wildlife. But Proenneke, with his resourcefulness and grit, rose to the occasion. His home, a log cabin he built with his own hands, stands as a silent witness to his remarkable survival skills. Carved from the surrounding wilderness, it is a monument to human resilience against all odds. But this cabin was more than just a shelter from the elements. It was a testament to Proenneke's resolve to live in harmony with nature rather than fighting against it. Proenneke's legacy extends beyond his cabin. His journals, filled with meticulous observations of the natural world and reflections on his solitary existence, have provided invaluable insights into the life of an ultimate survivor. They serve as a guide for those who dare to venture into the wild, and a reminder of the strength and resilience that lies within us all. His life and teachings continue to inspire survival enthusiasts, environmentalists, and those seeking a simpler, more authentic existence. He showed us that survival is not about conquering nature, but learning to live with it. Through his experiences, he taught us the importance of resilience, resourcefulness, and respect for the environment. In the end, Richard Louis Proenneke's life was a symphony of survival. His journey was a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the will to survive, and the courage to live on one's own terms. His legacy continues to inspire us, reminding us of our own potential to overcome and thrive in the face of adversity. Richard Louis Proenneke, a man who turned survival into an art, left us with a tale that continues to inspire. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey through Richard Louis Proenneke's life. His story, filled with courage, resilience, and an undying respect for nature, continues to inspire us all. If you've been moved by Proenneke's journey and his unyielding spirit, we encourage you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you help us share more of these inspiring tales with people around the world. Remember, each like, share, and subscription fuels our mission to inspire and uplift through the power of storytelling. So, if you're ready to hear more stories of survival, of the human spirit's incredible capacity to overcome, then join us. Click that like button, hit subscribe, and embark on this adventure with us. Let's continue to explore, learn, and grow together. We promise, the journey is just getting started.